first thing I want to talk about today is porn. Oh no, this is the first video I decided to show my parents.
Ew, what are you doing?
Well, sorry, mom or dad or mom and dad or mom and who you tell your 4-year-old child to call Uncle Jim. But who we are as human beings ultimately comes down to that carnal desire. It comes down to sex. Also, I'm a pervert. But like a lovable pervert until I say something that offends you, which ultimately will happen. But hopefully by then we've bonded. Anyway, main point, sex. Halloween is around the corner, and while you may not have thought so, it changes how people perceive sex. And the guys over at Pornhub just released a bunch of research about how porn searches change because of Halloween. And it turns out, much like the pumpkin spice latte, fapping is seasonal. They found that during Halloween, there are certain searches that get a little increase. Those searches include Halloween orgy, devil, vampire, zombie. Who's looking for sexy zombie videos? Also, who's making sexy zombie videos? Like, okay, I got an idea for porn. It's a zombie, and he doesn't just want to eat brains, he wants to eat. I'm gonna stop you right there, Jim. This is either the best idea I've ever heard, or I've done too much cocaine. Either way, let's shoot this bitch. Also, for research purposes, and because I love having awkward conversations with Discovery HR, I decided to actually see what results came up with these searches. And the results of this research found, oddly, that there isn't much devil or vampire stuff, but there is an odd amount of zombie porn. The first video to pop up has 500,000 views and is titled, Attack of the Killer Slut Zombies, Zombies Need Cock Too. And I guess the main point of this story is no matter how weird you think you are, there's someone weirder than you. There's actually a surprising amount of thought going into this video. I don't know where the fuck to end this. And from there, I want to share some stuff I love today. And today in Awesome, sponsored by DeFrancoFree.com. If you like sports, fantasy sports, doesn't matter if it's basketball, college basketball, football, either of them. Hell, even most recently, esports. It's a fantastic way to make it even more interesting and win money in the process. And if you want to try it out this weekend, just go to DeFrancoFree.com before Sunday. It's free entry for newbies. First place gets $100,000 and there will be 105,000 winners. Side note, I crushed last weekend Lamar Miller with a 40 burger. Anyway, people that don't like sports hate me now. Let's move on. And the first bit of awesome is the latest iteration of bad lip reading is here, and they decided to do it on the highlights of the first Democratic debate. It's amazing.
Hey everyone, do you know him? No.
Nope, not at all.
And today is National Cat Day, because every fucking day is a holiday now thanks to hashtags and Twitter. But on the positive end, while I have mixed feelings about cats, I love kittens. You have to love kittens. And that's why today, instead of Uber just taking you from point A to point B, for a limited time today, you could have Uber deliver you kittens. And if you really like the kittens, you can adopt them. Also, Uber would like to give you the note that they would prefer to deliver the kittens to an actual office, which is a stipulation I imagine they added so they didn't end up just going to a bunch of creepy cat people's houses. I'm not saying all cat people are creepy, but you know, everyone knows that one. This kitten's name's Frederick. I dressed him up in sweaters to look like my father. Then I have to share a short The Nerds Made with Martin Starr. Then our lovely lady of the day today is Miss Bella Thorne. Her Snapchat is fantastic. She's legal, right? I'll take that shrug as a yes. Wow, she's actually only 18 by 3 weeks. Cut that one a bit close. So if you want to check out that Thorne goodness, anything I just shared, anything I talk about, or our secret link of the day, links as always in the description down below, or just go to todayinawesome.com. Then in sad news, if you were one of the over 160,000 people to share this on Facebook, you should know that this ad is not a hoax, but it's a cropped ad of a Chick-fil-A deal that is happening at literally only one Chick-fil-A. At Friday between 5 and 9 p.m. at this one location, for $12.99 you get unlimited chicken nuggets, waffle fries, and a refillable drink. And as much as I'd like to make this a story about gluttony, Chick-fil-A nuggets are delicious. Chick-fil-A is so good that even during all that anti-gay stuff, gay supporters and gay people were still like, don't agree with you, but I do agree with how delicious this Chick-fil-A sauce is. In fact, one of the only reasons I dislike Chick-fil-A is that for some reason, my luck is that the only time I come across a Chick-fil-A is on Sunday when they're closed. Side note, to any of the lovely floor idiots in the nation that decide to go to this event, can you please film it? Also, bonus fake internet points for anyone that goes there, films, and then can actually document them eating the most amount of nuggets. Then, in big international news, China has finally scrapped their one-child policy after 35 years. The policy was put in all those years ago because China was worried about overpopulation, which, I mean, there's around 1.36 billion people in China, and they think that this policy stopped 400 million births. But it also appears that this policy is the reason 30% of China's workforce is 50 or older. And as those people get older and those people die, there are fewer and fewer people to replace them, which is the reason they're workforce has been on the decline for the past 3 years as well. So members of the Communist Party in China got together in a hotel for 4 days and they said, plan! Couples in our country can now have 2 children before we find the hell out of them and or force abortion. Then a friendly Philly D notice that may save your life if you have purchased an EpiPen that looks like this. Get a new one because they are recalling 490,000 of them. And the reason for the massive recall is you may not get the correct dose of epinephrine. That of course can have some side effects like death. So there you go. I maybe just saved someone's life, thus changing the course of human history. But will that person be a hero or a villain? Or whatever. Then you probably saw the news yesterday, or at least the hashtag blimp. And that was because this big ass white military blimp was floating from Maryland to Pennsylvania. Everyone saw it, took pictures, started laughing about it. That is until it finally died and came down to earth. But in its final act of resistance, it took out power lines that left 20,000 people in a blackout. The thing is, that's actually not where the story ends. It turns out that this blimp is the pinnacle of what is considered a failed $2.7 billion program. It is a proven public history of failing, like when that guy flew in on the White House lawn. The blimps were supposed to spot him. It has a Pentagon reliability rating of poor. They have to be grounded if there is bad weather. And because they're giant and white, they are extremely vulnerable to enemy attacks. And if you're wondering why so much money was thrown into this program, it was most likely because of 9/11. The first contract for this was for $292 million in 1998. But after 9/11, the government extended the contract for $1.3 billion. I mean, on paper it sounds great. 24/7 aerial radar, low cost over the long term, but it just hasn't worked properly, and it's been plagued by accidents. Like in 2010, a civilian balloon broke loose and slammed into one of these blimps, destroying it, and that blimp had cost $182 million. So what we really saw with this blimp's death descent was $2.7 billion of taxpayer money. So let's just all enjoy that together. And that's where I'm gonna end today's show. Also, a quick side note for those going, why are there no new vlogs this week? It's a long, complicated thing. Vlogs will be back 7 days a week as of Saturday, so go subscribe to youtube.com/PhillyD. And actually, because y'all have been giving DeFrancoFree.com so much love, let's give an Xbox One away today. Thursdays are usually the least viewed show, so let's give some love to the hardcores. All you gotta be is subscribed. If you hit that like button, thank you, but just leave a comment down below. That's where I select people. But all of that said, of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love yo faces, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I think I saw these at Payless.
Oh, God damn it, JD. You're too poor to be my friend.
Kobe.